After a very frustrating evening of trying to qualify for the F1 Esports event number 2 at Baku, I decided that it was time to return to the long-awaited series, Road to Master Rank. Welcome guys to episode number 4. Let's see if our PC can last more than one race without blowing up. We'll have to wait and see. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is the series where I try and get to the top echelon ranking in F1 2018. Literally impossible to get to. One, because of the very flawed system, and two, because no one is crazy enough to try and get there. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we will get there before F1 2019 releases on the 28th of June. So we better get grinding. Here we are for the Japanese Grand Prix. We managed to get pole, but now the race has been completely turned on its head because it's heavy rain here in Suzuka. Away we go for the race. Not a great start, it must be said. Wheel spin for days. Real Gooby there gets me off the line, and he will be leading the way heading into turn 1. So it seems we've got a race on our hands. If you're new to my series, we have had some pretty one-sided races in the past. Episode 1, for example, we were dominating, some lesser skilled players. Then episode 2, we got into some more difficult lobbies. Episode 3 was just a 15-minute compilation of my PC blowing up and me raging, pretty much. But now, I'm ready to claw back some points. I'm ready to get back into gold rating and really propel myself towards the end goal, the end game. 130R. Can we make the move? No, we're not. We're going to chicken out. I'm running with 9 ballast, I think, because I had no idea that it was going to be raining for the race, so I am absolutely bricking myself. Speaking of bricking it, Real Gooby goes for a bit of an adventure through the final chicane, and now we're going to have the momentum up the inside, and there we go, into the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. This is going to be a pretty closely contested race, I'd say. It was only 1/10 separating us in qualifying, and to be honest, I feel like he had pretty even pace with me in the rain. But I was just making less mistakes and I wasn't pushing as much, if that makes sense. But anyway, lap 4, we've got a yellow flag. We've got a couple of clowns up here dawdling on the racing line. One person isn't even in the race anymore. The other guy wants his 5 seconds of fame. I hope you enjoyed that, Mr. Zebinator. Thank you for that. We have a yellow front wing for the rest of this race now. So this is going to make things very, very difficult for getting this race victory. Of course, we need the wins to get the 30 or whatever ELO points it is for the skill ranking. Second place, at this point just isn't quite good enough. We're in this for the long haul. We need win or bust to get this ranking. But it looks like we're just about going to hold on. The guy behind me just made a couple of mistakes here and there and just allowed me to breathe easily, and we get the win. Thank goodness. We actually got to the end of this one. My PC didn't die. And I was forever grateful. We move up into silver ranking 3. And now we can start the charge back towards gold. Like I said in the last episode, we died so many times. And we lost like hundreds of points due to no fault of our own. So let's hopefully avoid that this time. I started this race on another day because I didn't have enough time to do any more races on that previous session, and now my game has crashed again. I'm getting flashbacks to last episode. I can't deal with this. I actually thought I fixed it because I got through a whole race the previous day, and now it's screwing up again. So for those of you who don't know, I've done like literally everything under the sun to try and fix this issue, like all the usual things, updating drivers, turning it off and on again. Now, I've taken out the RAM and the GPU and I've re-put it back in. I've gone to those lengths and it's still screwing up. Hopefully now with the graphics turned down, it can be fine. But now, guess where we're going? It is Monaco time. Let's see just how potent we can be around this circuit. For those of you who don't know, Monaco is my absolute favorite circuit on the F1 calendar, if not the world. And it is also one of my most overpowered tracks for me personally. So, coming into this, I am expecting to win. Hopefully, we don't have any hitches, and we can get away with a clean set of Grand Prix. Here we go for a flying lap of the streets of Monaco. Let's see what we can muster up in this ranked lobby. Heading into the second half of the lap. I feel like the second half of the lap for me is a bit more strong. I seem to prefer it a little bit more. I carry a really good speed. You might have noticed, if you were eagle-eyed enough, that there was a bit of a lag spike through the Nouvelle chicane. And that definitely did cost me a little bit of time. We're actually not leading this one-shot qualifying lap, so it's going to be really marginal to see if we can get pole. It's really close between first and second across the line, and we just miss out by 2/10 over Captain... Yep, I'm not going to say that because that's going to get me demonetized. But yeah, we have a race on our hands for this Monaco Grand Prix. You guys know how difficult it is to overtake around this circuit, but in the game, I feel like it's not so impossible if we're aggressive enough. 5 red lights and away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. It is Williams versus Renault. I don't know what year this is, but we seem to be dragging Williams up once again. Turn 1, I thought this is a pretty good opportunity for me to make a move around the outside there, but I just didn't quite trust this guy, so I decided to back out of it and play my cards right. We have really, really good pace around here. The qualifying lap wasn't amazing, but if we keep the pressure on, anything is possible. Another very tiny lag spike there, I think. So, I'm not too sure what's going on there. I don't tend to get lag spikes on F1 2018. But now with the game crashing and everything else, it's just, I don't know what to expect anymore. I feel like the game, I can tell you now from experience that the game doesn't crash from here on out for the rest of this video. But what does happen is I do get lag spikes, which I can't really explain. Anyway, up the inside of Captain. We could have forced the move up the inside there, but I kind of just had to take the corner cut there to not really running to the side of him here. This is a dive bomb now into the Nouvelle chicane. I've hit the inside part of the circuit, and now we've got to recover as best we can, do the best three-point turn in the world, and there we go. That is a pretty good recovery to keep second place, it must be said. But given the mistake and the fast recovery, I think the win is still on here. I think we can still win this race. We just need to put in some absolute banzai qualifying laps, and we might be there. 2.5 laps to go in this Monaco Grand Prix, and now is time to flex the muscles, to show what we're made of. If this Captain guy in front is somewhat nervous, we had another lag spike right there. It's frustrating, but we've got to get on with it. If he's nervous by any means and starts to back off, then we'll have even more of a chance. So here we go, attacking this Nouvelle chicane. This time we don't hit the inside part of the barrier, which is nice, and now we can see what the true pace is through to back there. My favorite corner in F1, simply because of the commitment required. Same here for the swimming pool chicane. Absolutely flying it through there. Rascass, really good overtaking opportunity. We might need to pull out all the stops here to get this lead back, but we'll see where he's vulnerable. Up to the line, 1 minute 10.7. That is, I think that's faster than what our qualifying lap was, which is pretty insane. But anyway, we've caught up to this guy already, and we still have 2 laps to go in this Monaco Grand Prix. Maximum pressure is going to be applied right now, since we've just caught up to him. He'd be absolutely crapping himself. We'll fake a move up the inside into Mirabeau. He leaves the space, so I could have actually gone for that maybe. The hairpin. Nothing really doing there. We're going to mount the curb, but we just got to set this up nicely, get a nice exit out of Portier, which we've done. This time, we're going to the outside, and we're going to see if we can make the move stick. We leave him space. Job done. Lead of the Grand Prix. Thank you very much. Who says you can't overtake at Monaco? Albeit we did have to take a very, very slight corner cutting warning, but I did that so that I didn't, you know, squeeze the guy into the wall and potentially spin him around like what happened to us just a few laps ago. But there we go. That is the Monaco Grand Prix. I don't think I've ever had such a dominant display like that. That's one that I'm going to remember for a while.
Awesome, man! Truly awesome! What a win!
So there we go. That is the Monaco Grand Prix. Not much of a gain, it must be said, in terms of the overall skill ranking, which is a bit unfair because I feel like that's probably one of the best Monaco 5-lap races I've managed to pull off. I've spun out completely, managed to recover it better than a grand champion in Rocket League, overcommitting, and we managed to come back and win the race.
Good job, team. Get ready for the next round.
Race number 3 sees us at the Austrian Grand Prix. Really bad qualifying, littered with PC freezes. I should have taken that opportunity in Monaco to realize that maybe my system was going a little bit downhill and maybe I should have restarted my system, because sometimes that does fix the issues with the freezing. But I've decided to plow on anyway. 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix, intermediate conditions, and this will be an interesting one, that is for sure. Rain, they say, is... oh my goodness. What is that guy doing? Rain, they say, is often a good leveler, but when it comes to public lobbies, I feel like it is an opportunity for you to really set yourself out from the rest of the pack. But we'll see if the setup can work in these conditions. I've gone for full dry setup, but these guys probably don't have amazing setups either, so hashtag no excuses. Anyway, it's been an okay start. I still have my front wing, haven't moved literally anywhere positional wise. We've got SV5 champion going for the move here on another username which I cannot disclose, otherwise that will be more demonetization for me. But anyway, we had a screen freeze there which set us back on that lap. Again, just really frustrating how these things that are just not in your control just keep setting you further and further back in these races. But yeah, what can I do? I'm an idiot, it seems. I really do need to fix this. If you guys have any suggestions at all as to what could be causing this, please let me know. I'm starting to think that there is an actual issue with either my CPU, RAM, or graphics card, maybe all three. Who bloody knows at this point? Up the inside of the Mercedes P4 as well, with the recommended graphics or recommended PC specs of F1 2019. It has me pondering whether I need to upgrade anyway. So yeah, interesting times ahead for me and my PC. But anyway, 14.6 is the fast lap of the Grand Prix, confirming we've got pretty good pace in this one. We've got second and third fighting away. Well, no, first and second, shall I say, fighting away. So that's drawing me into this battle. We've got SV5, who we've been following throughout the course of this Grand Prix, just continuing to move his way up. We need to get past Captain here and challenge Sebastian Vettel himself for the race victory. Are we going to go for a move up the inside into the penultimate corner? We thought about it. He misses the apex there pretty badly, but he could go for the dive up the inside here. It's not really an overtaking zone, and as a consequence, it sets me up badly for this start-finish straight. Not a great exit for me, it must be said. Captain here goes defensive into turn 1. We let him run out wide, and we take P2. Next up is Sebastian Vettel, the man himself. We're hoping for a spin, or 2, or 3, or 5. That would really go down well in the Tiametmarduk camp. But anyway, we're heading on to the last lap of this Austrian Grand Prix. The gap is, I'd say it's a second, maybe just less than that. 8/10. Let's apply the pressure as much as we humanly can. We went purple to the last lap, and still there's more potential to go faster. We're pushing as much as we humanly can to put this guy under as much pressure. He's starting to crack a little bit. He goes over the curb, run wide a little bit. We're really getting close to him here, but we're running out of opportunities to win this race. 2 corners left in this Austrian Grand Prix. We could go to the inside, but no, we're setting it up for the move at the final corner, and maybe a drag race to the line. But no, he's held it together, and he will get away with the victory here.
Yes, Sebastian,
GG.
yes, P1, another flag in Maranello, well done.
Grande Seb, sei un grande. Vai.
Grazie ragazzi, grazie. Mi sentite? Mi sentite? Forza Ferrari.
There we go. Vettel is in top form once again. He has held it together. He has won a race. Well done. I can't help but feel so empty after all that. Like, I came so close yet so far. If only my PC could hold it together. Anyway, hashtag no excuses, am I right? Silverstone we move on to now, and I think this episode is somewhat cursed for the weather. We had an atrocious turn 1. I was scared of actually oversteering that I didn't really turn that much, and we got pole anyway. The race, thankfully, is dry, 5 red lights, and away we go for the British Grand Prix. I'm feeling if I can just get a clean start here, we'll have a pretty easy race win here, and we did, essentially. We had bucket loads of pace, but constant PC freezes really set me back by like 2 or 3 seconds, and made the race look a lot closer than what it was. But anyway, that was that race. We're progressing slowly, torturously slowly towards gold ranking once again. We went from being like ranked 2,000, just over 2,000, to 1600 in this episode, and we've been winning so many races, but the progress has just been so slow. It is a joke. We're off to Monaco now. You can tell that the pace is really ramping up now as we start to get the rhythm in this game. But this is, I think, the last race of this episode, and this time I really wanted to make amends at Monaco. I wanted to get in a clean lap and get pole position, and I've got to say, this is one of the best one-shot qualifying laps I think I've ever done. One-shot qualifying just doesn't suit well with me. I need to warm up to the circuit a little bit. I can't just go 110% without having prior experience, but this is pretty close to that, I suppose. Third sector now, full commitment through here, right up against the barriers, getting a nice exit through to the final chicane. Yep, floated over the curbing there. You can get away with that on strict corner cutting. It needs to be rectified, but there you go. Final corner, second gear, a little bit of oversteer. DRS is open and up to the line. That is a 1 minute 8.948. Got me pole position, and yeah, it was a pretty sweet lap, it must be said. 1.3 seconds clear of the next guy behind. So we'll see what we can make of this race. 5 red lights and away we go. Our only chance of losing this race is first corner, and we managed to survive, so thankfully we don't need to worry about that. We're not going to make a mistake, so I think we're just going to go ahead and win. Or are we? No, we're not. We're not going to win this race now. I've just totally jinxed myself, haven't I? Oh no, the guy in front has actually lost his front wing. The luck is on my side, it seems, or is it? I don't know. It's hard to tell. One, I need to sort out my PC, I really do. This has just gone on for far too long now, but we've been presented an opportunity. The Red Bull has damage. He's let me go through there, but we nearly had the biggest shunt of all time there, because I wasn't expecting him to brake so suddenly at that point of the circuit. We've had another lag spike, and old mate has got back into the lead, so if that's not karma, I don't know what is. My goodness. It's all happening here at Monaco. A act of goodwill has resulted in him getting the lead back. I don't think he's going to let me go back through again, but in any case, we will be very cautious when we're staying directly behind him or trying to pull an overlap. I don't know, it's just weird. Here we go, another lag spike at the exact same point of the circuit. You love to see it. That is not coincidence, is it? So I think the next time we come around to this part of the circuit, I think we're going to have to pause the game and hope that the AI car can drag me around that part without lagging back. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, we dropped to P3. Force India is looking very shaky, and now we're going to really see if we can overtake at Monaco, can't we? Turn 1. Nothing doing there. We might have a good run on him going up the hill into Casino Square, possibly. We're going to go up the inside. No, he covers that off, so we're going to go back to the right-hand side and see if we can get a better exit. But yeah, I'm really fancying a move here on this Force India. It's basically all or nothing at this point. Mirabeau tried to go for a move, but he's late on the brakes. Hairpin. No, that's not good. We've got another lag spike. I don't know what it is with slow speed corners. This is just an absolute joke at this point. It's P5. We should have been winning this race. I actually can't believe it. And if we weren't going full send now, then we're going 200% full send at this point. Ferrari, what have you got in a straight line? We might go for a dive up the inside. Again, literally pushing this guy through the corners. but we can't find a way past. Let's see if we can go up the inside here into Casino Square. We go for the dive. Job done. P4. But it's the last lap of the Grand Prix, and our chances of moving up places in this race is severely running out. So the Ferrari gives us a big old shunt into that section of the racetrack, and that's a very fair penalty. Thank you for that one, Codemasters. Final couple of corners. We can't overtake these guys, even though they're battling side by side. That's a dive bomb at Rascats if ever I've seen one. And Captain gets up into P2, so good job on that one. We're going to get P4 because the guy behind me is quite a few seconds away, and that was the race. Damn. You put in the absolute lap of the gods in one-shot qualifying, and then it all falls apart in the race. Nothing I could do there. We just got shafted. Shafted, 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 lap after lap. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless. Thankfully, we didn't lose any ranking there. But the progress is so slow going here. It's looking like a 1,000 episode series that we're set for in this road to master rank. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. Pray for me. Pray for my PC to hold together long enough for me to get there. I'll see you next time.